Ever notice how some days your brain feels sharp, focused, and ready to learn, and other days it's like everything is stuck in slow motion? A big reason might be something called BDNF, often nicknamed the brain's natural fertilizer. It helps your brain grow stronger connections, improve memory, and stay mentally sharp. The best part? Simple daily habits can actually boost it. Let's break down what BDNF is and how you can start increasing it for better focus, learning, and long-term brain health. Regular aerobic exercise is one of the most powerful ways to increase BDNF and strengthen memory and learning. Think of BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, as fertilizer for your brain cells, helping them grow, connect, and stay resilient. And physical activity is one of the fastest ways to release more of it. When you go for a brisk walk, jog, cycle, swim, or even dance for 20 to 40 minutes, your brain responds by boosting BDNF production, which supports the formation of new neural connections. This is one reason people often feel mentally sharper and more focused after a workout. Research consistently shows that regular aerobic exercise improves memory, attention, and learning speed, partly because of this BDNF surge. The good news is, you do not have to train like an athlete to get the benefit. A daily 30-minute brisk walk, a few cycling sessions per week, or a light jog around your neighborhood can make a real difference. Even short bursts of movement help. For example, a 10-minute fast walk before studying or working on a difficult task can prime your brain for learning. Consistency matters more than intensity. If you are mostly sedentary, start simple by adding movement into your routine, like taking the stairs, walking during phone calls, or scheduling a quick evening walk. Over time, these habits stimulate more BDNF, which helps protect brain cells, strengthen memory circuits, and improve your ability to absorb new information. Think of every workout as watering and fertilizing the neural garden inside your head. High-quality sleep helps your brain produce and use BDNF to consolidate memories and repair neural connections. During sleep, your brain is not simply shutting down. It is actively reorganizing information, strengthening useful connections, and clearing out metabolic waste that builds up during the day. BDNF plays a major role in this process because it supports synaptic plasticity, which is the ability of brain cells to strengthen the pathways used for learning and memory. When you consistently get enough sleep, typically around 7 to 9 hours for most adults, your brain has the time it needs to reinforce what you learned during the day. On the other hand, chronic sleep deprivation can reduce BDNF levels and make it harder to focus, remember details, or learn new skills. You might notice this after a poor night of sleep when simple tasks feel mentally heavier, or when you struggle to recall information you studied the day before. Protecting your sleep can therefore protect your brain's ability to grow and adapt. Practical habits help a lot here. Keep a consistent sleep schedule, dim bright lights in the evening, avoid heavy meals and excessive screen exposure before bed, and create a cool, quiet sleep environment. Even something simple like winding down with a short reading session or a relaxing routine can signal your brain that it is time to shift into repair mode. When sleep becomes a priority, BDNF can do its job more effectively, strengthening the neural pathways that support memory, focus, and long-term brain health. Periods of fasting or time-restricted eating may stimulate BDNF and support brain resilience and mental clarity. When the body goes several hours without food, it shifts its metabolic state and begins activating cellular repair pathways that are less active during constant feeding. One of the interesting effects researchers have observed is an increase in BDNF activity, which can promote neuron survival, improve synaptic plasticity, and enhance learning capacity. This does not mean extreme fasting is necessary or appropriate for everyone, but gentle strategies like time-restricted eating can provide benefits. For example, some people choose to eat their meals within a 10 to 12-hour window each day and allow the body to fast overnight. Others naturally create a fasting period by finishing dinner earlier and delaying breakfast slightly. These patterns may give the brain time to activate repair and growth processes that support long-term cognitive health. Many people also notice improved mental clarity during moderate fasting periods, possibly because the brain begins using ketones as an alternative fuel, which can be efficient for certain neural processes. The key is balance and sustainability. Hydration, nutrient-dense meals, and listening to your body's signals are important. If someone has medical conditions or special nutritional needs, professional guidance is always wise before making big dietary changes. When used sensibly, giving your body regular breaks from constant eating may help trigger biological signals that encourage BDNF production and strengthen the brain's ability to adapt, learn, and stay resilient as you age. Challenging your brain with new learning and novel experiences helps stimulate BDNF and build stronger neural networks. The brain thrives on challenge and novelty, and BDNF is one of the key molecules that helps neurons adapt when you are learning something unfamiliar. When you practice a new language, learn a musical instrument, solve difficult puzzles, or explore a new skill, your brain must form fresh connections between neurons. BDNF supports this process by strengthening synapses and encouraging the growth of new neural pathways. This is why mental stimulation is strongly linked with long-term cognitive health. Think about the difference between repeating a routine task and learning something that pushes your brain slightly outside its comfort zone. That stretch is where BDNF becomes especially active. Practical ways to do this include reading about new topics, trying strategy games, practicing memory exercises, learning coding or drawing, or even taking a different route during your daily commute. Social learning also counts. Deep conversations, debates, or collaborative problem-solving all engage multiple brain networks at once. The goal is not to overload yourself, but to regularly expose your brain to experiences that require attention, curiosity, and adaptation. Even small daily challenges can accumulate over time. For instance, spending 20 minutes each day practicing a new skill can gradually reshape neural circuits in powerful ways. Each learning experience acts like a signal, telling your brain to strengthen its wiring, and BDNF helps carry out that construction work, making your mind more flexible, capable, and resilient. Eating foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids and plant polyphenols can support BDNF production and overall brain health. What you eat directly influences the chemical environment of your brain, and certain nutrients appear to help stimulate or protect BDNF activity. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA found in foods like salmon, sardines, mackerel, walnuts, and flax seeds, are essential components of brain cell membranes and help maintain healthy neural communication. Studies suggest that adequate omega-3 intake may increase BDNF levels and support learning and memory. Polyphenols, which are plant compounds found in foods like blueberries, dark chocolate, green tea, turmeric, and colorful vegetables, also play an interesting role. These compounds help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain, creating a healthier environment for BDNF to do its work. Think of it as maintaining good soil conditions so the brain's fertilizer can be effective. A practical approach is to build meals around whole foods that naturally support brain function. Include fatty fish a few times per week, add berries or nuts to breakfast, use herbs and spices like turmeric in cooking, and choose a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. Even small upgrades in your diet can accumulate over time. Swapping processed snacks for nutrient-dense options or adding a serving of berries to your routine may seem simple, but these habits gradually support the biological systems that keep your brain adaptable and strong. Over months and years, that nutritional support helps BDNF continue nurturing the neural connections responsible for memory, focus, and learning.